Hey Algebra, how's it going? This is going to be a quick little video on the practice. I will do some of them with you, and then I will also go through the rest of the solutions. Okay, so I will do 1 through 3, and then I'll also do 25, 26. I know you only have to do odd, but I did want to show all the solutions in case you wanted to do more. Okay, so number 1. If we have x squared plus 49 equals 0, just like solving any equation, we have to move that 49. So we have x squared equals negative 49. Now going back to our notes, thinking of our case, we have an x squared equals a negative number. And what that means is there is no solution, because when you take the square root, if you try to type that in, your calculator will just say error. So we just say no solution. And you can just stop right here. You don't even have to go to that step. Okay, number 2. We have x squared equals minus 25 equals 0. So add 25 to both sides. Take the square root. Now because we're taking the square root of a positive number, we have the plus and the minus. There's two solutions. And it equals 5. Plus and minus 5. And number 3, x squared plus 6 equals 6. So minus 6 to both sides. X squared equals 0. Take the square root of 0. X equals 0. There's your one solution. So kind of our three solutions, our three options here. We have a 2 solution, a 1 solution, and then a no solution. Okay, so we're going to go through the rest of the answers real quick. And again, I know you only need to do odds, but I just want to show you the rest. So there's 4 through 9. And you can pause this at any time if you want to take more time to look at any one. Here is 10 through 15. (16, 17, 18) are pretty challenging. Make sure you do the correct order of operations. You got to get rid of everything outside the parentheses first. Then you're taking the square root. Then you're dealing with the stuff inside the parentheses. So these are not the prettiest solutions, but if you type this into a calculator, you're just going to get some decimals. So I just left it like this. And that's kind of the general rule. If you can actually get a nice solution, so like number 18, it was pretty easy to simplify this and just get two fractions, where I would have had to convert this 1 to a fraction or convert that to a decimal. It would have just been more challenging, so I just left it like that. Where we at 19 through 24. So these are the same types of problems, but the only difference is it actually wants you to go on your calculator and figure out, do you know how to take the square root with the calculator? Okay, I will post a video on how to use the online Desmos calculator. I think we're all pretty comfortable with it, but you can watch that if you want a little refresher. So there's 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, now 25 and 26. Those are our story problems, and I definitely want to go through those with you. So a ball is dropped from a window at 81, or a height of 81 feet. Here's our function. And we want to know how long before it hits the ground. So we want to know when h equals 0. So that's how we set it up. We say 0 equals negative 16x squared plus 81. So if I'm solving for x, I'm going to get rid of the 81, then I'm going to get rid of that negative 16. So negative 81 equals negative 16x squared. Divide. Negative divided by negative is a positive. I'm just going to leave it as a fraction. You type that in the calculator, you get some weird decimal. Take the square root. Now when you take the square root of a fraction, you take the square root of the top and the bottom separately. So we have 9/4, but because we're dealing with the square root of a positive, we have two solutions. Now here's where we have to use a little common sense. We are talking about the time it takes for the ball to hit the ground. So if we're talking time, which one would be the correct answer? The positive 9/4 or the negative 9/4? And your final answer would be the positive 9/4, because we're not going to go back in time. Positive. Okay, number 26, the volume of a cone has a height r, or height h and radius r, given this formula. Solve for r when find the radius when the volume is this and the height is this. So those are a piece of information we need to solve this, and we're just going to plug it into the right spot. So instead of v, we're going to write 27 pi equals 1/3 pi r squared times 4. Okay, so now we have our equation set up. Now we can just go into this equation and solve. I'm going to combine the 1/3 and the 4, and it's going to be 4/3 pi r squared. So we need to get rid of 4/3 and pi. Well, if I have a pi on each side, if I divide by pi, those are going to go away. I'm going to multiply by 3/4. And when I do that, 27 times 3/4, I get 20.25 equals r squared. That's what I did in my calculator, 27 times 3/4. Take the square root, and r equals 4.5. Alright, hope this helps. If you have individual questions, send me an email or something, let me know. Otherwise, I will talk to you later.